everybody. Welcome to another edition of Moron versus Fanboy. I'm MoronLife.com's own Lon Lopez.
And I'm Derek McCaw of FanboyPlanet.com. We are two self-styled pop culture experts, available in play sets appropriate for children 18 and up.
That's true. Although it sounds kind of dirty when we say we're available for children, but
I know
way,
that's
yeah.
I was you know what I was going for.
I am available for children's parties though. I do great balloon animals. I can kind of juggle, and I'm very charming, especially for single mothers. So hopefully
you've helped many of them get their start.
I have actually. So we got a lot to talk about today. But I wanted to start. We haven't done this in a while.
With apologies to Steve Martin, I have to admit that. Okay, anyway,
that's fine. That's you always give your credit your source.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So I want to start this week before we get into our stories this week, Derek. We haven't done this in a while, but I wanted to talk about an eating experience, a food experience I had over the weekend.
Was it a good one?
I don't know.
Yeah, if you're going to talk about it, I doubt it was a good one.
I don't want to actually name the restaurant, but I'm going to tell you how it happened. So it's like a Cajun style seafood.
Tell me more.
And two of my favorites. I enjoy both. And so what happens is you go to this place and they sit you at a table and they put
like
a giant,
many restaurants do.
Like
yes.
many restaurants, some do, the good ones. And so they get they pull off a giant piece of like wax butcher paper and they put it on your table.
And they give you crayons?
I almost thought, hey, is this an art project? Anyways, so then we look at the food and we ordered the crab and there was a shrimp thing and some what are those little oysters?
Oysters?
No, clams, not oysters.
Okay.
Sorry, I always get those confused. And I'm thinking
very different in their effects upon the human body.
And I'm thinking this is going to be delicious. This is going to be great, right? So then we're sitting there waiting. And they bring out giant plastic bags filled with like the flavoring and the juice, and they just drop them on your table. And there's no silverware, there's no plates.
Wait a minute, so I'm perplexed by this already.
Mm-hmm.
Plastic bags,
giant, like almost garbage bags,
full,
but you can see
juice.
through, like of the flavoring, of the Cajun flavoring, right? And then here's the kicker. So
this is a liquid.
Yeah, it's a bag. It's like if they were giving you like a bag of goldfish and they just set it down.
All right, no matter where this place is, I'm out already.
Okay, well, let me finish. So then they give you...
If I could win this bag at a carnival, I don't want it. Okay,
so they give you... Also, you get a roll of paper towels is just on your table.
No, it's too messy. I'm
yeah.
there.
So here's the thing. So to get your food...
Do you get moist towelettes?
No. To get your delicious dinner, you open the bag like a hobo or something.
This is rooting through the garbage.
And then you just
you haven't done that since
since college.
I know.
Yeah.
When I
and
first
so
met
you stick your hands in and you pull out this goop. It's like going in the swamp. You're like swamp digging.
What the
and you're
hell?
Like, oh, I found a crawfish, and you open it up and you suck out the juice or whatever. So I mean, literally, after grabbing 2 or 3 things, your hands are just blood red and garbage. It's just,
our ancestors fought in several wars to make sure we wouldn't have to eat like this.
I understand. And guess what? The wait, like 35, 40 minutes to get into this place. So it's popular. It's like a cool thing with all the kids these days. I don't know. But
hipsters with poor table manners.
Yeah, and then here's the thing. When you're done with all your shells, because there's a lot of shellfish and stuff, you just throw it on the table. Just throw it on the table. And then at the end of the meal, when you're all done, they give you bibs too. You put on a bib so you don't get any of this crap on you.
Well, thank God for small favors.
Right. There's a little civilization here.
Oh, just a little.
So then when you're all done, you can you go like a doctor coming out of like the ER, and you
just dripping down.
Yeah, and you're like, I gotta wash down. You wash in some sink. You come back, and when you're ready to leave, they just grab the paper off the thing in this big garbage, serape or whatever, and just throw it in the garbage. It's crazy. And apparently it's the biggest, craziest thing now. So I don't know what's happening to this world or the society or the younger generation is into it. I don't know. But I was traumatized. I don't know if I'll go back.
I mean, I want to say that neither one of us are exactly thin.
No.
But I want to say that it may surprise some of our viewers to realize that we appreciate fine dining and table manners, and that what Lon just described is not how we normally eat when we're out.
But you take us to a rib joint, I think that's okay.
Oh, no. I find the rib joints too messy as well.
Oh, okay. Well, I can tear into a thing of ribs.
Messy.
But at least they give you a towelette afterwards.
Right, okay. Wait, so what you're saying is you didn't even get a moist towelette.
Yeah, I didn't get nothing. So, anyways, but
Nor good grammar.
was the food good? Sure. Was it worth the mess, the pain, and the post-traumatic stress? No. So I couldn't recommend
when it's
it.
time to eat kosher.
Yeah, I couldn't recommend it, and I was.
Well, let's talk about fanboy things then instead.
Yeah. Let's move on. Let's talk about happier things that will help me get past this.
Really,
Just past the moment. So we might as well just get to the biggest story in our weeks with our cover story. So let's take it away, boys. We also forgot to mention that this episode is unofficially sponsored by a fancy brown ale. That's all I'll say.
We can't name it because they haven't actually.
They are not.
They're not actually
sponsoring
sponsors.
us.
No,
but it's tasty.
I'm drinking a coffee, which is also a fancy brown drink, but I won't name which Scottish fast food restaurant I took it. No, actually, I didn't. I got it from a 24-hour joint.
Scottish fast food restaurant. It's great.
It's great. No, I went there to get a meal that might or might not have been happy.
Ooh. Get it. I get it.
Yes,
now.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But I thought mix were something. Oh wait, no. Is that something different?
Both bloodlines run within me, Lon.
Oh, sorry. I was just putting one and one together.
Yeah.
Our cover story this week.
Higher math for Lon.
Our cover story this week has nothing to do with what we were just talking about, but it was something that was it sweeping the nation? I don't know. It was sweeping the tech heads.
It might have been about to.
It could have been, yes.
That's what I feel.
We're talking about, I guess it's an app. Some would say a video game, but it's more importantly an app.
I mean, video games. I guess it was playable on a PC, but certainly on a console.
But more popular on
devices.
iPods
and iPhones and Androids, right?
What we're talking about, if you haven't figured it out already, is the very popular app that kind of blew up just in the last week called Flappy Bird. For those of you that are familiar, you know what we're talking about. For those of you that don't, you might not have the ability to get familiar with it because... The big story this week is that the developer, Mr. Dong Nguyen, out of Vietnam, I believe.
Out of Vietnam, yes.
And I believe his company was called Gears. I'm not 100% sure.
I'm not sure about that. I'm not seeing it. It's just been available on iTunes and Google Play for about a month.
Okay. And it just started blowing up. Everybody was talking about it. Oh, I'm playing Flappy Bird. It's a very simple game where you have to get your bird through this series of pipes. They're Mario-looking pipes, which a lot of people kind of commented. It's a real simple, looks like an 8-bit game.
Yeah.
And it's just a simple kind of level of skill where you have to tap through these different levels. And a lot of people were finding it super frustrating and hard, but yet addictive because it seems so simplistic. Mm-hmm. And that was kind of the popularity, is that anybody could play it. You didn't need to have any kind of affiliation to any characters or anything else. It was just a simple tap your phone game. And you see how far you could get on it.
I mean, like Angry Birds way back when when somebody
said...
But
Angry Birds requires some form of geometry or physics or some kind of knowledge of... I mean, yeah, you can still pull the thing back. I know
many people that play that without realizing there's a higher application.
Right, but, I mean, to be successful at it...
Your flapping.
Sure. I mean, we all like to flap it. But basically... so the big story, though, was that I guess this was getting so popular, the developer, Dong Nguyen, was... making about 50, it was speculated, $50K a day in advertising.
And the thing is now, this had been available globally since May. Mm-hmm. And so it's only been available in the United States for about a month.
Right.
Okay, so we want to be specific about that this is now February. Apparently, global sales spiked, global downloads spiked in November. Some people said he did something underhanded to make that spiking. Mm-hmm. I don't know, but the reality is...
But that's the issue. Before we go too far, we haven't announced what he actually did. He actually pulled the app from his server or wherever you pull it from, and you can no longer download the game. So this game
I tried tonight. It did not work.
This game was about to get massively Candy Crush Angry Birds popular, and all of a sudden it disappears. Now, we can go into the speculation of why.
Which, by the way, if you're going to speculate, if the thing is already making $50,000 a day in advertising, and you say it isn't yet at Angry Birds Candy Crush, good Lord, how much money in apps are there? I mean,
Right.
actually, Rovio that does Angry Birds, like a $7 billion company now.
Was it Rovio or Roxio, or I forget who it was.
I don't know, but
Okay.
I just know if every now and then I bring it up,
Yeah.
And
So
yeah.
what was some of the speculation? Some speculate he did something underhanded.
Well, maybe who knows? And
What was the official word? Do you remember?
There is no. He just says no. Here it is. Is that he?
This is off his Twitter.
These are his Twitters. Starting on February 4th. Press people are overrating the success of my games. It is something I never want. Please give me peace. And then the next one on the 8th is, I can call Flappy Bird is a success of mine, but it also ruins my simple life, so now I hate it.
Mm-hmm. And there's another one, I think. I'll read it.
Oh,
I'm so sorry, Flappy Bird users. 22 hours from now, I will take Flappy Bird down. I cannot take this anymore. It's almost like a
no. There's a drama
suicide
behind it. There's
ransom
a drama
note or
behind
something.
This. And there was one last one, and I don't know if Dave got that, where he said it is not anything related to legal issues. I just cannot keep it anymore.
And he's just like, I can't handle the stress of Flappy Bird. My creation has been gone too big.
Of the success, and who knows? Apparently, I know that some games that we consider like kind of ours, like World of Warcraft and StarCraft.
Not mine.
No. I mean, but American games are very huge in Southeast Asia, and to the point that they could survive just by they could cut World of Warcraft and StarCraft out here, and it'd be very popular in Korea and Vietnam and really big. So I am under the impression that the gaming community in those countries is a lot more pressuring, if you will.
Sure, but also too, let's break down what I mean. You make an app to sell on iTunes, or at least to give on iTunes, for the purpose of what? Creativity, to tell a story. To most app developers are looking to make money, right? Or to make a successful app.
You'd think.
So whatever heat this guy was taking, it must have been unwanted, at least of some,
Well, but I mean, game fans get crazy. Like if they say this is okay, I've never played it, but you have. You said it's very difficult.
It's addictive.
It's addictive and difficult to play. And then people get angry that it's too difficult to play, and they start sending threats. Now, they're probably exaggerating and would never act on them, but there are a lot of crazy people out there, and they all have a voice now.
And some of the criticism I heard, too, was that, it's a rip-off. It's, you're ripping off Mario Brothers, and it's so simple. Well, this game's so stupid. Why does everybody like it? But that's not, let the haters talk. I mean, if you make something that somebody likes.
But if you're constantly getting emails and, go ahead.
You change your email, buddy.
Please go ahead and
write
write
cash that check.
If you
and
hate
you
us,
change your email.
If you hate us, it's just attention. So please send us emails.
Exactly.
But we're in a different place.
That's why I have to speculate.
We have not moved anyone to hate us this much.
Well, we should. What can we say? I don't know. Just keep watching.
Don't worry. You'll say it.
Yeah, I know.
Whatever it is.
No, but it leads you to speculate something else, and this is only speculation, but something else must have driven this guy to pull it off. I mean, because either that or it's a brilliant marketing thing to pull it off, and then maybe
in a month.
2 weeks later go,
okay,
you know what, guys, I thought it over.
Flappy Bird belongs
Flappy
to the
Bird
world.
Advanced version now for $1.99. You know what I mean? So
super Flappy Bird.
Yeah, exactly.
Brothers.
But the funny thing is, though, this game became so popular. And you were trying.
Bird's Mansion.
You were trying, like Flappy Bird Island. Did you say that yet? No.
Is there
Yoshi's
Mario
Island?
Oh, Yoshi's Island. Yeah.
So I mean, but this game became so popular that now there's already like knockoff versions, like knockoff apps you can buy. You even went to look on the App Store and you saw what were some of the different variations you saw?
There was Flappy Bee.
Flappy Bee.
There was a game purporting to be the same kind of gameplay called like Flying Unicorn Land, Magical Adventure. It was not. It was more
something.
It was a Galaga ripoff, actually.
Okay. And there's a popular one right now called Iron Pants.
Oh, you showed us.
We tried to play,
Pants.
and it's ridiculously harder than Flappy Bird.
And yet he felt very comfortable wearing the iron pants.
I guess. And the thing with the iron pants, he flew through the air, which is weird because you would think it would drop you down. But you never know.
Man. Yeah.
I don't know. You wear iron pants, those things are going to drop. You know what I'm saying?
And Lon knows.
I know. But anyways, I thought it was an interesting story this week because everybody just kind of was talking about this game and then boom, gone.
Why can't we just have fun?
Yeah, but
why do people get to be upset?
But this Dong Nguyen just had the flair for the dramatic, and
No, it's
kinda
great. But I mean,
pulled his-
if he is getting threatened, all I mean is saying is like, did they charge you for the game? Was it free or was it 99 cents for the app?
It was free.
It was free.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a free game. People,
Right.
just play it or don't.
And if you're making $50,000 a day,
shut up.
hire a security team and just keep making that money, boy. You know what I'm saying?
You know what it is? Dong Nguyen is actually the next Bond villain. That's it. He's going to create
I've heard about that. And you know who they cast to play him?
Bird, Flapper. Wah, wah, wah. Okay.
Flappy Birds. It's all done. It's
done.
gone. Forget it. All right, moving forward, we were kind of joking that Dong Nguyen was going to be the new Bond villain.
Yes.
But we're going to talk casting rumors that have happened since we've kind of shot our last few shows. So let's go ahead and take it to our Versus segment. But anyways, Derek.
Mm-hmm.
So guess what I heard?
What did you hear?
I heard somebody's going to be playing somebody in a movie.
And this is what makes the internet run.
I know. So, last couple shows we didn't really talk about some casting stuff, but some big casting news happened. So we're going to go ahead and discuss it a little bit. But basically, let's go to the big ones. Oh, you got them in order. All right. So last week, had we mentioned before about the Jim Gordon show on Fox?
I think we've talked about
kind of
Gotham.
touched about Gotham. Yeah. So it was announced last week that Ben McKenzie, the young, strapping young lad from the OC, he played like the troubled teen, I think.
I think so. I never watched
He
the
was
OC.
also on Southland.
The cop show, which a lot of people really like.
Right, where he
Police
played
drama.
the troubled young man.
Police officer.
Yeah, police officer. He's been cast as a young Jim Gordon to play a troubled young detective on the Gotham.
Really, if you were a good young detective on the Gotham police force, you'd be troubled. It's a corrupt department.
It's corrupt, but at this point, we didn't have any crazy supervillains, did we?
But the show Gotham is supposed to be covering the rise of those villains, and how do you...
Now, here's my issue with that.
Well, there's a lot of issues with that, but go ahead.
Don't they start to rise because a Batman starts appearing? What? No, I think...
No,
I'm supposed to forget all that.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well...
What is 75 years of continuity? It doesn't matter.
I just think that's... You take that out of the picture, it's like, why even make it a Jim Gordon thing? You know what I mean?
Well,
like,
I mean, I think that if you had like if people knew this deep, like the Falcones, who's it, the boss Zuko that
sure, but
they
then
kill,
if we're
there
just doing
are
that,
mobsters, yeah.
then it's just Wise Guy. You know what I mean? It's just any other.
Well,
it's the
okay, but
Sopranos.
It's with Jim Gordon,
It's-
and then the thing is that what's the launching thing is there's a young Bruce Wayne that Jim Gordon is trying to occasionally mentor. And when this was first announced, I thought this would be an interesting show. When they first announced that there would be a young Bruce Wayne, it's like, oh, we've never really seen that time period. So, but now they've also said it kind of sounds like they're really going to talk more about the development of Batman.
Yeah,
than
and that's
about
dumb
James
to make a
Gordon.
Jim Gordon show
Right.
about Batman. But
Right.
so what do you think of this casting? Like or dislike? I mean, we're gonna go fast because we're a little
I
short
have
on
nothing
time.
against him. That's all I
okay.
can say. I've never watched the OC. I've never watched Southland. He does look like he could be Jim
And
Gordon.
he's maybe what, late 20s, early 30s?
I think so by this point.
Okay, I guess that's the right age for a young Jim Gordon, but I don't know. I'm gonna hold judgment on this
That's
one.
fine. Withhold judgment till we
We're
actually
gonna
see
move-
Gotham.
Yeah, so we'll move on to our next one. This one's a big one that upset all the fanboys. It was announced in the new Man of Steel Superman Batman movie.
Mm-hmm.
They cast a Lex Luthor finally.
Yes, they did.
And was it Bryan Cranston?
No.
No? Was it
No,
the House of Cards guy?
No, it was. You mean Kevin Spacey?
Kevin Spacey?
No, it was Jesse.
Was it Kevin
Eisenberg.
Meaney?
No, although that.
It was Heisenberg? Wait, that's Brian.
No, it was Jesse Eisenberg.
Oh, the Facebook guy, Zuckerberg.
Which is actually, again, another one where I kind of like the idea because it's a different take on the Luthor-Superman relationship. If they're going to go with him as similar to what he was in The Social Network, you're talking about a Zuckerberg like Lex Luthor, very brilliant, who has never met an obstacle he couldn't roll over, and then Superman
and I also
is.
like the fact too that you make him kind of less imposing. He's like, because he's a small dude, right?
I suppose.
Yeah,
it's always hard to tell.
I've been in the room with him. He's a small guy. And so he basically...
Are you sure that wasn't Michael Cera?
Now that you mention it, it was Jesse Eisenberg.
Okay, well, I wasn't sure. I was looking at pictures on the wall.
Yeah. No, I didn't get a picture with him. But back to my point. I think it's interesting to make Luthor, because usually in the TV shows and the cartoons, they always make him kind of an imposing man, a larger man.
And older.
And older.
And that's the thing, is this is the first time he's younger than
right,
Superman,
and you can see him as kind of maybe being a spoiled brat, maybe petty, but a brilliant mastermind, right? Mm-hmm. And so maybe he's forced to use his genius and not his stature or status, mm-hmm. and that could build an interesting character for him trying to want to seize power, maybe a small man complex or something, or some kind of weird thing. So I give a thumbs up to this casting, even though it's controversial. What's your...
No, I give a thumbs up to it. I'm fine with it.
Okay. Next one on the list, they also cast Batman's loyal butler, Alfred, as famous Brit and Die Hard villain Jeremy Irons.
That's right. Oh, Die Hard 3, right?
Yes. He was Hans Gruber's brother.
Look at that. He's Alfred.
He just needs a pencil-thin mustache.
He's Alfred. That is not a bad choice at all.
No, I think that's great, actually. And I think Jeremy Irons is a little more athletic and stuff, and he's younger than Michael Caine was.
He's still younger than Michael Caine, and definitely younger than Michael Goff was,
right?
But still more in the style of Michael Goff. Michael Caine was kind of a working-class Alfred.
Right.
Jeremy Irons is very sophisticated.
And what I like about this is he could potentially jump in the Batsuit himself if he ever needed to, like the old 60s show where Alfred would jump in.
I think at one point they had talked. That was a rumor, but like way back in the '80s when they were first looking around. So I think he might have been one of the original contenders.
Well, I'm just saying though, it always cracked me up when Alfred would jump in the Batsuit on the old show and he'd have a mustache.
Funny, though, I think that actually only happens in one episode.
I've seen remember in a couple.
No, but everybody remembers it because it is funny. It's ridiculous.
So our take on that is 2 thumbs up.
2 thumbs up.
No copyright infringement there, Siskel and Ebert. Sorry,
they're gone.
Okay. We give it a 1 finger up. Anyways, the next one, it was announced in the highly anticipated Avengers sequel, Age of Ultron, that Paul Bettany,
I called this,
is going to be playing the Vision. I thought you called him as playing Ultron.
I did. So I was.
So you didn't call it, did you?
I came close to Jarvis is going to evolve into.
I think everybody called Jarvis was going to evolve, but you called Ultron. So take it back.
No.
Take it back, Derek.
No. I want the hits.
Okay, so look at that picture right there. I mean, if
he
that doesn't say Vision Face,
I think it says Vision Face.
I mean, look at that.
Again, this is not so much versus as we're fine with this.
I think this is great, and I also think it's cool that, although how are they going to explain Vision getting a body?
All right. The thing is that actually in the comics, it is the original Human Torch.
Yeah,
which
it's
people,
an android.
Which people don't realize is an android.
But I'm saying in the movie.
Well, because that android actually appears in Captain America, the First Avenger.
Snap, you're right.
So that could be, or you could simply, Ultron could build a body. I mean,
but that would be so cool.
Hard, but they did make that appearance of the android in the First Avenger at Stark Expo.
A true fanboy, because I forgot about that.
I told you. Well, when I saw that, when I watched First Avenger, I thought Namor would appear because it was like you had the torch. So I don't think they can call him Human Torch though.
Can they call him the original Human Torch?
I think they can call him the android.
Can they call him Toro?
They might be able to, but that would be his sidekick.
Yeah, okay.
Exactly.
All right. Well,
silly asbestos boy.
We got to get moving here. So we both agree, Paul Bettany.
Yes.
Oh, this is a pretty weak versus this week. We are all just friendly on this one.
Well, it's got to happen sometime.
But now we're going to just blow the lid off it right now, because it was also heavily announced that there was major Fantastic Four casting, or at least not casting, but speculation. People were.
Well, we know one solid casting is true.
And that is Michael Jordan.
Michael B. Jordan.
Oh, Michael B. Jordan.
You have to say that.
That's confirmed.
That is confirmed as the Human Torch. Apparently, Fox had a clause in their contract with him because of distributing Chronicle, the film that he was also in, which I have not seen.
I don't know if I've said this on the cast before or not, but nobody else sees a problem with this?
Here's the thing.
Okay.
I do not see a problem with Johnny Storm, the Human Torch, being an African-American actor.
Okay.
However, I kind of think that somewhere there must be an acknowledgement if they are not looking to cast an African-American actress as Susan Storm, the Invisible Woman. And so somewhere that's got to be acknowledged, or maybe they are just claiming, oh, it's coincidence, our last names are Storm. Or, I mean, I do realize that there are blended families where they could be, but they can't.
Yeah, the Cheerios family.
No,
they're blended.
I'm saying they can't have, I don't know. I think if you were doing it as like a stage play, sure. Like in the Arrested Development Fantastic Four
like
musical.
Fantastic Four, Turn Off the Black? Is that what you're saying?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Oh,
Don't
okay.
you put racist words in my mouth.
I just think, and I'm going to say
But I've
this.
never seen
I know
him
this
in
is,
a movie either, but everybody talks about how greatly charismatic he is, and it's like, great, well, cool, that's what I want.
might have said this before, but I'm going to say it. I know it's controversial, but nobody else has a problem with a black guy bursting into flames. I mean, won't that? I don't know. And I don't mean that as a terrible joke. I just think, doesn't that evoke an image that we're not comfortable seeing?
I hadn't really thought about that.
Okay.
And now that you say that, I do wonder, but I also don't want to take offense on behalf of anybody
Sure.
that's not taking
Fair
offense.
enough. Fair enough. Let's move on, because the other casting we liked was, who do we got queued up? Okay, Emmy Rossum from one of my favorite shows, Shameless, was I guess being looked at
She's apparently screen tested for the role of Invisible Woman.
for Invisible. Is it a woman or girl this time? We don't know.
You
yet.
know, I don't know that yet. I'm assuming woman because I'm old enough that that she's been that in the comics for at least 30
now,
years.
I love Emmy Rossum,
Yeah.
but I don't know if she'd make a good Sue Storm. But the other rumor that the casting thing put out was that Doctor Doom.
They are willing to see both men and women in that role.
Right. So Emmy Rossum could potentially be Doctor Doom.
I'd probably like that better if we don't know what the plot is.
Are you kidding me? There's no female doctors. That doesn't make any sense. I'm kidding.
Wow, and I
I'm
was just
joking,
worried about-
women.
oh my
I'm joking,
God.
women. We're trying to get people to hate us so our ratings will go up. Accomplished? No, okay. Either way,
I need to lie down.
did we get the Miles Teller one or no? That one?
Miles Teller from the
Spectacular Now. And there's another, The Awkward Moment, I think.
That
it's out right now.
That awkward moment, right?
That awkward moment, right.
Yeah.
He's up potentially to play Reed Richards in a hot,
reasonable-
sweaty...
He's just young, and that's the thing, is apparently they're going for a much younger Fantastic Four. And
That's a very sexual pose for Reed Richards right there, don't you think?
and I think that's from the Ultimates,
Right.
from the Ultimate Fantastic Four, and so I think that's what they're going for in this reboot is more of an ultimatized version.
Yeah, which was horrible. I didn't enjoy it.
I didn't really enjoy it either.
So what do we think of all that casting? Up, down, all around? What do we feel?
It's not the Fantastic Four I wanted to see. I'll probably see it because I see all of them, but I'm not jazzed about them. They're all fine actors. That's not my issue.
Okay.
It's just not the story. I thought they were kid movies, but I liked the first two.
Okay.
They were kids movies, but there's nothing wrong with superheroes
All
being
right.
for kids.
Well, I mean, I think with anything, we withhold judgment until the final product comes out.
Right.
But
We're still going to see it.
yeah, so I don't know. Either way, we're done with that segment. We're running low on time, so we're going to just jump in and tell you who is our Geek of the Week. Hit it, fellas. As I enjoy this brown ale. That's tasty brown ale. So, Derek, you were very excited this week, and you actually chose the Geek of the Week. So I'm going to send this over to
I
you.
want to see the image. Let's see.
Who's the Geek of the Week?
The Geek of the Week, maybe not specifically Emmett, but Lego Man. Absolutely. The generic construction worker, the generic yellow-headed character from Lego. Because
Why does it have to be about color, man?
Because
Can't you
they're
just
all
say
yellow.
Lego Man?
No, because they're all
Oh,
yellow.
okay. All right.
And this week...
So there's no diversity in Legoland?
Oh, there's diversity.
So you said they're all yellow, though.
Sorry.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I
I'm
thought
sorry.
you were the one saying.
I'm sorry. You're right. You're
just
right.
take another sip of your
All right. I'm going to enjoy
nondescript brown ale.
my brown ale.
Everything is awesome. Because this week, this is the #1 actor in America, also headlining the #1 toy line globally. And so basically, man, everything is awesome. Lego rules the world, and we salute you who came from a tiny, humble beginning in the 70s, plastic with a smile, and now ruling everything. One man to rule them all.
Did you see the movie?
I did.
How was the movie?
It was very fun.
You enjoyed it?
I did.
Cool. So worth checking out to our fans out there?
It absolutely is worth checking out.
All right. I'm reluctant, but I've
I know
heard good
you are.
things.
I know you
I've
are.
heard some things.
I know.
So I don't know. We'll check it out. Well, congrats, Lego Man, you little yellow bastard, for taking our Geek of
I'm
the
sorry,
Week.
that's a Frank Miller reference. We can't do that.
What?
Okay.
I didn't. I said that little.
Oh, okay.
Not that.
Yeah, you're right.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay.
Either way, that's all the time we have for tonight. We appreciate you watching. We want to thank our director tonight, Rudy Loida, our segment producer, Dave McGuire. I'm Lon Lopez from MoronLife.com.
I'm Derek McCaw from FanboyPlanet.com.
Follow us on Twitter at MoronLife
Or at Fanboy Planet.
or at MoronLife.
Or at Fanboy Planet. I want it back, Rudy. Okay, no, there
at
we
either
go.
of them. Follow it either way.
We have not actually watched our own show.
But we thank you for watching. That's another Moron versus Fanboy. Tune in next time, and hopefully we'll give you a lot more fun, cool stuff. Anyways, we'll see you later. Thanks, guys. Brown ale.